Well, there's one good thing about video, Frederica, because in the video, we actually get a chance to hear the officer's first statement after the shooting took place. And what the officer said is not that his life was saved. What his statement was, he said, I got him. What that does, it gives us a fact to consider. So if you believe that someone is firing at you with a deadly weapon, then you ask yourself questions. Well, would you attempt to take cover? Would you immediately proceed after that person? And again, as I mentioned, the statement that was made, and what we have the task of doing is adding all of those factors together and then reaching the correct legal conclusion. There are really three charges that are relevant. One would be the murder charge in the state of Georgia. That charge is a charge that is directly related to an intent to kill. The second charge is felony murder, and that is a charge that involves a death that comes as a result of the commission of an underlying felony. And in this case, that underlying felony would be aggravated assault. The only other charge that might make any sense at all would be some voluntary manslaughter charge. But I believe in this instance, what we have to choose between, if there's a choice to be made, is between murder and felony murder. I have no idea. People have asked me that question. People have asked me, does this satisfy you? And I've said to them, Frederica, no, it doesn't. Because even though the police chief resigns, we've had uh, persons and actors and officers in other departments all across the country, but the same results are occurring. I believe that what we need in this country is a national change in our laws, national change in our policies. It doesn't matter that one or two police chiefs change. I think you're going to end up with primarily the same result. I'm hoping this time that the change will be a lot more prominent, that it'll involve some change in our laws and our policies. Otherwise, the police chief leaving in Atlanta will be quickly forgotten and we'll move on to something else. Well, 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 that's why I think it's just imperative that at this point in our history that we have to make some substantial change. I think that's why people are continuing to protest. Usually what we've seen is 2 or 3 day protests, and then it's over with. People are still protesting the death of George Floyd. And I believe the reason that this is happening is because many of our citizens have realized that this time it has to be different. So when this incident happened in Atlanta, you kind of say to yourself, how could this officer do this under all of these circumstances? But when you look at what has gone on in the history of our country, this has happened over and over again. Rodney King happens, and we say, well, we aren't going to do this again. Michael Brown, Eric Garner, uh, Tamir Rice, and it just keeps going on over and over again. And so, what we have to realize is that we've got to move beyond just being upset about it, beyond just protesting about it, and we have to make some statutory and policy changes that are nationwide. Otherwise, sadly, I believe that it will happen again.